This is WKPOK, proudly bringing you this week's edition of Pookie's Corner.
Hey folks, welcome back for Season 2 of Pookie's Corner. Now, before you start looking around for Pookie, I'd better tell you, he ain't here today. The little guy had to take a trip down to the vet to get himself fixed. Of course, he wasn't broken, but you know how that goes. He'll be back soon enough once he's had a little time to recuperate. So for today, you're stuck with me, Junkyard Joe. Some of y'all already know me. I've been around this here neighborhood a long while, keeping my place running with spare parts, old stories, and a little bit of coffee on the side. Figured I'd sit in the big chair while my pal Pookie gets his strength back. And while I've got the mic, I'll remind you, this Friday down at Junkyard Joe's, we're running a special. 2 flat tires for the price of 1. That's right, buy 2 wheels with flats already on them, and you get both for 1 price. Don't miss out. Come on down to Junkyard Joe's this Friday. All right, here's one for you. 3 Flatlanders swore up and down they spotted a monster lurking in Bottomless Lake. Folks said it had 'em rattled good. Well, turns out that big old monster was nothing more than 3 turtles chasing after a water snake. The Flatlanders later announced they will not, I repeat, will not, ever be eating any more wild mushrooms. In local business news, shortly after Gracie Blossom opened her new flower shop, Rosie's Posies, folks around town started noticing their flowers disappearing from their yards at night. One lady said she walked right into Rosie's and bought back the tulips that had been growing in her garden, claimed she knew they were hers. Nobody else in town had any like 'em. She added, quote,
I really don't mind paying for somebody to cut and arrange 'em for me.
Other folks, however, said they weren't none too happy about having to buy back their own flowers. No charges have been filed yet, but there is an ongoing investigation. And mark your calendars, folks. The 5th annual Gravy Days celebration is coming up September 7th. So far, 20 people have already signed up for the Wavy Gravy eating contest. Now the big question is, who's gonna top Barry Gutfiller, last year's champion? He took the crown by polishing off a huge bowl of Cheerios smothered in chicken gravy. And finally, last Tuesday in Sorrow's End, residents got quite a sight. Now Tuesdays, as everybody knows, is White Laundry Day around here, and this one was no different. All up and down Q Avenue, you could see sheets, pillowcases, and towels hanging out on all the clotheslines. Well, wouldn't you know it, one of the biggest dust devils ever seen in these parts came barreling right through those backyards. Sheets went flying every which way. Some soared so high they disappeared clean out of sight. By the time it was all said and done, a whole mess of them linens landed out in the woods, where the bears found them and threw themselves one heck of a toga party. It was a sight to behold. By the way, folks, if you can't find that part you need for your car, bringing it on down to Junkyard Joe's. My new yard man Harley Broken Part can cobble together just about anything. I once saw him stick the front end of a Cadillac onto a Toyota. Looked a little strange, but I'll tell you what, it drove just fine. All right then, that's it from me. Thanks for letting me sit in today. Pookie'll be back in the big chair next week. Until then, this is Junkyard Joe saying, see you around the neighborhood.
This broadcast of Pookie's Corner has been brought to you by WKOP and Lost Signal Productions, the pride of Sorrow's End.